long being drafted after it. Masha doesn't look super hot into all that water. I mean, PinkRoid can definitely transition and show like a little bit more threat towards that Masha. We'll see what he drafts here. Verti-heal and one other pick. He should be taking his timer before he drops in that unit. The Shizuka Cigar, by the way, coming out of less. Super interesting. You know, to see Cigar is a little surprised. He doesn't have the best base speed, but a lot of people have been utilizing this unit. The buff to AoE provoked is quite dangerous on the Cigar. I do like that he's drafting this segment here. Now, no speed lead for PinkRoid, so I'd be wondering if Les is going to be taking his own speed lead to try and outspeed that segment with the Cigar and try to get a reset out here. We see a lot of Cigar play towards that Mo Long, so it looks like Mo Long will be going through, and Cardinal is going to be wrapping up Les' draft. This is some really interesting drafting here. To see the Cigar with no speed lead is wild right now.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if he can actually get some turns going for the Cigar. I really like the Sekhmet from PinkRoid. That might be a little bit of personal bias weighing in there, but I love Sekhmet as a monster. She's one of my first picks in the season so far. Bans are out, Cardinal's gone, so is Nana. Let's see how this first round plays out. Here we go, PinkRoid versus Les.
This is going to be a really interesting first round for sure. We've got a Sekhmet, by no surprise, taking first turn, a very fast unit, very fast base speed here. Going to go for a reset. Let's see what he chooses to go for. He goes for the Cigar. Does he land? It does land that. Now, that's something that a lot of people are very afraid of with Sekhmet, missing that third skill. We've got a lot of dots sitting on top of Dominic. Dominic took a ton of damage from that Bella, but by no surprise, I'm expecting Bella to be dealing a lot of damage here.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. Dominic is really susceptible to an early snipe there. Here comes PinkRoid going to, or rather, he's gonna lose a unit right now.
Yeah, Dominic getting dropped.
That took me by
just like
surprise.
that.
It was so fast. Already
It
down
really
Dominic.
was.
That's his predominant source of damage. He's got an opportunity to Reckless the Bella, but that's going to put him at a serious deficit if he does so.
And I think that backfoot really does hurt PinkRoid a whole lot here, losing a unit that fast. He's got to start taking units and try to get an edge here. Now, that second skill can bring the Bella back. Does he care to bring it back? I mean, he can. It's going to deal a lot of damage. He could actually possibly get rid of the Mo Long or do a lot of damage to the Verti-heal as well. I mean, it'd be interesting to see what he chooses to do here, but I do think Les has a huge edge. A lot of damage, though.
Really big lead for Les here against PinkRoid in that early round, and wanting to get that tempo in the best of three. It's really important. Here comes Sekhmet for another chance. This time resisted, doing a lot more things that she's known for on the ladder.
Yeah, exactly. That resist is by no surprise. All right, there's a nice provoke, does land. No defense going to be landing on the Cigar. PinkRoid really could have used the defense break right now to try to pump in a little bit of damage. So Charming Voice, once again, he has it because it was resisted. Gets the strip this time. Any luck here? Does get a stun on top of the Masha, though.
Second time's the charm for Sekhmet here. Did you see is the Mo Long on Vamp? It looked like he healed up a little bit after that skill too.
It may have been on Vamp. I wasn't paying attention to that one, but it might be because that's really no surprise at all. You didn't draft any sustain, so you could definitely expect that to be on Vamp. Oh, but it's not going to matter. We've got a reset there. Provoke goes out. No defense break's going to be landing. This is definitely PinkRoid getting wrapped up in this first match. I just don't see him turning this one around.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Luckily, he's got the Vert to try to boost up the Mo Long to see if he can maybe get a little extra HP off that now confirmed Vampire Mo Long there. Here comes Sekhmet to just try to decrease the amount of damage that's coming towards him. He's looking awfully close to death. Cigar confirms the kill. It is Vert and Sekhmet against the world in this first round right now.
Yep, that's right. I mean, it's definitely not over because Verti-heal be. Oh, I mean, that's a lot of damage coming from
That's a lot of damage. I was agreeing with you until I saw that damage.
He's got to drop the Masha. Thank God. So, all right, so he was able to drop the Masha. So it is not over for PinkRoid just yet. But Shizuka's still a really dangerous unit. He needs to keep these resets down here, and PinkRoid does have it.
PinkRoid's got a very solid chance here. The only thing we need to remember is that Shizuka can bring a monster back to nuke down one of the big threats here. Chooses to take down the Verge, stopping the turn cycling. Now it's Sekhmet against the Shizuka.
You know, that was an interesting play because I feel like he should have brought it back and then rolled the dice to try to get a one-shot onto the Sekhmet. I don't know if it was going to be happening there, but I think, oh, he has it. I think that's the play. Does he bring it back?
It rotates so quickly. I think he's going to have the best of both worlds. He only has skill 1 here because it only reduces the cooldown by 1 turn, I believe. Okay, Sekhmet, now's the time. If you want to land it,
I feel like he needs to use his third skills. There, he got it this time. A little bit of poke damage coming out here.
PinkRoid chose to hold it. Oh.
If a violent proc comes through, it's going to be over for PinkRoid. No violent proc. I think PinkRoid has it. Big second skill comes out, finishes him. There we go. PinkRoid taking round 1 against Les. All right.
The last thing, Stoic, that I expected to see in round 1 of the RTA season.
Whose name is...
This is exactly what we were talking about right before we went live, by the way, Stoic, where Shizuka is now in a place where even if you don't necessarily have buffs on your team, like, if you have a defense break, or like a glance in this case, like Chungpung and Masha are contributing, you just throw her in. Like, it's just going to be good to have her.
Yeah, he's going to get that value no matter what. There's a lot of things Shizuka can take advantage of. And it looks like Les is going to be taking the... they're swapping units. It's crazy.
We're just
he's
trading.
Going to be taking the segment.
We're just full trading right now, Stoic. This is great.
I do like the Juno pick. I like Les' draft. I'm not sure how I feel about Sekhmet. Still, there's no speed leads, so it's like, is the Sekhmet going to be taking turn 1? Should be taking turn 1 to possibly get the reset on the Chungpung, and Pra is going to be the last unit to wrap up PinkRoid's draft. I can't help but give favor to PinkRoid again.
I was just about to say, though, that Les can easily just ban out whatever the last pick is. He's actually picked pretty well up against the previous 4 monsters, so let's see if Les has what it takes to take a round against PinkRoid here. Here we go, guys. Potentially game point here for PinkRoid. Already up 1. This is a best of 3. So if he wins this one, he secures his spot at the finals.
Sekhmet's out here trying to prove all the doubters wrong here. Gets that reset once again to kick off this match. Looking for a big defense break. Massive damage coming out on the Juno. Juno's going to be cleansing that up with a passive. Got Wish of Immortality coming up. 3-turn immunity, 3-turn shields for that Wusa team.
Yeah, and now's about the time you want to start worrying about, like, okay, so we're going to worry about the Juno eventually. We're not quite sure how we're going to get through that. Hopefully, maybe Masha will stick around long enough to land a clutch defense break or something, but that's a problem for future PinkRoid. Present PinkRoid right now just has to worry about the rest of the team. Here comes Sekhmet, lining up a defense break where she needs it most, and that Diana has got 1 foot in the grave already, Stoic.
Oh yeah, Les trying to get rid of that Diana as soon as possible. By the way, I love that Shizuka skill 2 onto the Chungpung. A lot of people don't realize that that skill actually brings the cooldowns down on the units. I believe it's just by 1 turn, so it's very, very handy right there. Oh, I love the additional turn.
Oh my god, the chain
deleting
into
Juno.
The kill! The chain into the kill on Juno. Oh my god, Masha, you monster.
Yeah, really big play right there. Shizuka's about to get full value. Here comes that 3rd skill, dump the attack bar. So good for PinkRoid. Does not have a 3rd skill up, I'm sorry. And a little bit of 1st skill going into the Sekhmet. Sekhmet taking massive damage once again. This reset's going to stay up because of... Oh, never mind. It stripped nothing.
Wow. Huge miss from Les there on the Sekhmet. Can't catch a break. That Masha proc into the kill on Juno early was exactly what the doctor ordered for PinkRoid. That is quite the difficult situation to come back from. It is still technically not impossible just because of the damage scaling on Miles, but that Masha needs to settle the heck down in order for that to happen.
Yeah, really. We got a 2nd skill coming out here. You might put that on top of the Masha. If Masha does go down, he's going to be able to get the revive. No! Chooses to bring back Diana to throw the shields up. That is a very interesting play, but I get it. I understand it.
Yeah, Royd really just wants to play safe there. There comes a certain point, right, where it's like you're so far ahead, you might as well just try to play safe. But again, I feel like this is a situation that could easily get lost. Look at the damage scaling from Miles. Even with glancing, all of the damage still comes through. Like, it's still a winnable position for Les, and I think PinkRoid knows that.
Ooh, only a bunch of 1 turns right there, but we got a nice 3rd skill coming out with the attack bar reduction, the resets from PinkRoid, really strong. We're going to see that skill 2 come out. Once again, there's like no value bringing back the Diana for just a 1st skill stun. He ends up putting it on himself to get the cooldowns up. He wants to see that 3rd skill 1 more time, and he's getting a bunch of 1st skills coming in from Wusa. Any defense breaks landing here? No dice for PinkRoid.
Look at that. Look at the glance there. Look at the glance on that Stoic. Oh my god. The positions have flipped. Where PinkRoid was getting the proc and the damage before, now Les is getting that same situation. He really needs to make use of the Shizuka buffs because he's going to lose Chungpung.
I think he has to stop focusing that Wusa right now. He's got to work on Miles. I feel like Miles is going to go down just a little easier than that Wusa. Big 2nd skill's coming out. That's going to not kill. Wow, here comes the 3rd skill. He needs to reduce the attack bar, get the resets in here as well. I mean, that Miles is still built really tanky.
Should you have gone for the defense break into the revive on Masha just to try to get a clutch crit on... That's honestly, that is a a pipe dream that I just listed right there. But in my head, I'm thinking, land a defense break on Miles, bring Masha back, just get a crit. Just go for a crit on Miles.
Shizuka is going to get skills up right after this if it stays alive. Not going to be happening here. Les is looking to take this one away from PinkRoid.
And that's the thing. PinkRoid looking so strong at the start. With the clutch, he got a very nice proc into an early kill on Juno, but it just wasn't enough. The Miles damage scaling was just too good, and all of a sudden, he just didn't have what it took to overcome that. That was really difficult.
I see a Dominic that can be removed from the field very easily. I see a Vertiheal that can be removed from the field very easily. There's a lot of firepower behind that Masha and that Bella. PinkRoid's got to ban out probably one of those units because it's going to be delivering way too much damage, especially if his Nana does get banned out here. It's got to be Masha and it's got to be Bella. It's one of those units, and they're so dangerous.
Oh yeah, either one of these has the potential to just snipe somebody out early. But he chooses to leave both of them in, but it looks like PinkRoid isn't in the worst spot either because all of his sustain made it through.
I want to say this is a swift Wusa. He wants to get the shields out in immunity, of course, and Chung Pun's just not consistent enough to get his strips onto the field to remove everything from the Wusa. So I want to say it's probably a swift Wusa.
These speed, look at the attack bars, Stork. Everybody's so close together right now. I was a little bit afraid that he wasn't going to get enough turns without the bird, but it looks like that's not a problem. Look at the damage! Look at the damage from Dominic!
Yeah, big damage, but that is a Despair Chung Pung. Getting Despair Suns on top of both of his units there. Shields and immunity going to be coming up here. Shields does get stripped. A little bit of damage there coming out of Masha, though.
That is exciting. I love the Despair Chung, dude. That's great. Getting another stun, bro.
So much value from that Chung Pung. That's crazy. Does get the defense break on top of the Pro. Pro's going to be procking out here, trying to cycle a little bit of attack bar, of course. This is going to be a Shizuka. That Shizuka's gone. Not gone. Thought it was going to be gone there from the Dominic.
Gonna be gone. Wusa's gonna clean it up here, and now there's no more revives. On left side, Les decides to scoop.
Yep, that's 100% a scoop. 3 orbs on top of that.